TFM 96.2, your ultimate dial. We invite you to tune in and stay with us until the hour of 9 o'clock. This is TUT Network with Lindokuhle Mnisi. Every Monday to Thursday at 7 to 9 p.m. You always have me in your number one radio station, TUT FM, with your only show, TUT Network, that tackles all the issues, all the life issues that no any other radio station is talking about. You know, we don't have a competition. We always give you only the best on TUT FM 96.2. The TUT Network show is the only best show you should be listening to. If you want to be informed, educated, and also entertained, listen to TUT Network with Lindokuhle Mnisi every Monday to Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. Yes, we are still with Sipho Dludlu in the studio. Sipho Dludlu, who is a human developer, inspirational teacher, and motivational speaker. The best is yet to come. That is his slogan. Sipho Pro Dludlu.
That's me.
You're still okay?
I'm still blessed and fired and ready to go.
We are very much inspired by the wonderful words that you just gave us. Very much inspiring. So we want to know what are the key points that motivated this topic, this theme for today's motivation.
All right, Fethu. Mina uma ngikhula eKasi, I knew that I did not have the resources abantu abangabhekele ekutheni umuntu can use to become successful. The background I'm coming from, the neighborhood I grew up, it's a very violent neighborhood. Abantu mfethu mangibheka, the only famous person eKaslamo obekaziwa bewumuntu mfethu utsotsi omkhulu, iGetsa. That was the only person that kids can look up to. So when you grow up, you want to become like lelo Getsa lelo mfethu. So when I grew up in my community, I wanted to become the opposite of what was highly presented or represented by Ekaslan, where I'm coming from. So I then was able to rise above whatever limits which were set by people, stating that you ain't going to finish a matric, you ain't going to be able to go to university, you ain't going to, there's so many you ain't going to be able to do. I was able to overcome those. So as we're talking about this topic, thinking ukuthi wena namhlanje mongenakho ukudla ozokudla manilala ekhaya, awazi ukuthi ekseni nizavuka nidle ini. Maybe during the week I'll care. That is not new. Sikhule singakheri mfethu mase esikolweni, but namhlanje simatriculated. I'm busy with my second qualification. I've been doing a whole lot of things to which people thought they are not possible. You know, so I realized that if I listened to those people's views, then I would have been my only life limit. I was looking at the most successful people, your world's greatest billionaires. Most of them, about 70%, they are coming from poor backgrounds. There's no reality, there's nothing that they inherited billions from their family. They are coming from most challenged or poor backgrounds. And the only thing that is common between us and them is that we're coming from such backgrounds. But the only difference is that they took action towards achieving their dreams and goals, and they never listened to those people who said that they couldn't do it.
What do you look at when you look at, people who inspire you? Do you look at their riches, what they have in their pockets? Or when you choose a role model, what do you look at?
Okay, I love that. I love that question. To me, my first role model is God. And uNkulunkulu mfowethu, he is my role model, and that's why when I was saying that future, uNkulunkulu yena kuphela owazi our future moments. People may know our past, we may know our present, but one person who ultimately knows our future is God. He says that I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. So whenever I try to look for a role model, I will only look to someone who ascribes to the views which are raised by God himself. People who are vision driven, people who have a purpose. That is what I'm attracted to when I look at a role model or a leader. Someone who has got a very strong vision for the future. Someone who believes in the beauty of their dreams. That is what attracts me to people. It's not about the size of their pockets financially, because it's also a saying that says that if you could take the money or the wealth of all the world's billionaires and give it to all the poor people within 6 months, those billionaires, those people who used to be billionaires, they would have regained it back. We saw that after the First World War, the people who were billionaires, there was a recession. That recession took all the money that they had. And then they were like any other person on the street. But look at what happened after their businesses were declared insolvent. Within the first 2-3 years, they were the world's billionaires again. Then you're kind of like, what is it that they know that the people who are poor do not know? What is the difference between us and them is that they are doers. Whatever that they have, they are people who are vision orientated. Once they have a vision, once they identify what is it that they want to achieve, they do it no matter what the obstacles or the challenges are. They don't look at the community that they are growing up. They don't look at the lack of finances, because into mfowethu engenza ukuthi umuntu angaphumelele empilweni is looking at your background. Ukuthi mina ngikhulele ekhaya elihluphekayo. Ekhaya it's a shack or it's a 4-room, and abangani bami bakhulele kuma big house. Their parents are teachers or principals or aboners, meaning that I cannot be able to become successful because they have a better start. That is not a reality. And if you can set yourself free from those boundaries, then you'll be able to be in line to your future success.
What do you say to the young people out there? There are those that are from very wealthy families. I understand that when you talk, you reflect to real life things that are happening in our society. But now we have people that are from wealthy families. Those people, their parents, not them, their parents are very rich. And then they tend to forget that what they are having, they are having, it's not actually theirs, it's their parents' belongings. What do you say to those that decide to do bad things and not to go to school because they get everything they need from their parents?
Okay, in answering that statement, I would like to say this first. I always say that one thing that makes an ugly person attractive is their level of knowledge and education. I'll repeat that. One thing that makes an ugly person attractive is their level of knowledge and education. It doesn't mean for it's your parents. It does not mean that your mom drives well, your father is working at the district level or at a higher position, a CEO or a chief director, all of those things. Those are theirs. But if you've got a knowledge, skills, you are preparing yourself for the future, you'll be able to manage all those things. But if you are relaxed or you go to university, you are overspending the money of abazali abakunikeza zona. Abazali, there's going to be a point lapha bazoshona khona. And if you lack knowledge and means and skills and ways and a vision to rework and remake le mali le abazali bakho abanayo manje, you're going to lose it all. I can reflect. Ekaslami, there used to be this young boy, Ubabake used to own a lot of taverns, Elokshini, and they were the richest ekas. When their father passed on, things they used to do, they used to party, they used to give away through free parties and all of those things. Within 5 years, all businesses shut it down. They were closed. They were normal. So a reality is that do not become a prodigal son, a prodigal spender, whereby you just spend, and then you don't have the beauty of the knowledge of how can you make the money that you have work for you. Maybe you'll also in the future talk about the principles of gold. What are the principles of gold? What are the laws of gold? Which makes people who are rich to always become more richer. The Bible says that to those who have more, more shall be added or given unto them, and those who have less, that even little from them will be taken away. Meaning that if you've got more money and you created it, you had the knowledge for that, you'll attract more money towards yourself. And if you are in a position whereby you did not contribute to the wealth creation of your own family and you are busy misusing it, then even that little that is left will be taken away from you because you do not understand the creative knowledge or the rules that gold has.
Now let's look at the youth that are not negative about their own lives. They know that this is the standard of living at their homes, and they are still pushing hard to actually maintain the standard at home, and those ones that are poor, they are trying to, you know, uplift the standard at home. Some of them are you know, resorting to starting their own businesses. Just give advices on people who want to start their own businesses, the youth that needs to start their own companies, entrepreneurial, you know, those businesses. What do you say to those youth?
All right, before I can touch on that, that is a topic for another show on its own.
Yeah.
But creating highlights and speaking to those individuals who are listening now and who can also join us next week or the following shows, I would like to give this reflection. Uma mfethu sikhula emakhaya, you look the way they have structured izindlu emakhaya. When you look the way ijaridi it's placed, it is maybe 4 corners, and then indlu yakhiwe far back, meaning at the back rooms as they call them, and then the whole front yard is left out. Ask yourself, when your parents were doing that, your parents were actually saying, they never told us that or told you that, is that we have given you a start. One day we're going to die. This plot which is in front is for you to do an extension. You don't have to start from zero, from scratch. You need to come back and actually build a new house. This house, it's not going to be theirs forever. They're going to die one day. You will decide whether you give it to your younger brothers, whatever. But they have left it for you to continue. And then when you look at abantu abapushayo currently, these are the dangers or the threats which will make you not to become successful. If you are starting to push in life, you, for example, here at university, you'll find a lot of people that you can't actually afford to wear a gas chin. You can't afford to have a Galaxy phone. You can't afford to have a plasma screen. But people are trying to have those prodigal spending, and it's true they're at university, they are pushing, but their lifestyle is not proper and in proper tune to where they are going. Before you know it, people have opened a lot of credit accounts, and those credit accounts, when you start working, you might actually have to start paying back debts of so many years, and to a certain point whereby when you look currently now, when abantu mfethu abenza izinto engamelanga ngabe bayazenza ukuthola imali to try and fit in. So if you want to make it successful, do not compare yourself nomuntu ongekho kwi level yakhe. If unabangani mfethu abakhona uku-afford kulungile, they can afford it now, but don't call and stress abazali ekhaya ukuthi I need 700 rands to buy a gas gin, meaning no, you know that your parents are getting imali for a pension, or the only money that they are getting is imali pension grant for abantwana mfethu. And then when you want more, but at the current moment you are not able to produce more. So I would say my advice now, whenever you are establishing a business, but we're going to talk about this in the future, know and identify a niche or a gap in the market. For it, abantu, they don't come with anything new. They come with what is already there. You want to start something which is already operational. You want to start another car wash. You want to start another CD project. We have heard all these things. They've been there. But you need to be able to identify what is it that you can offer that others are not offering, and then we'll be able to build, as well as to what agencies to go to and how can you access funding. We'll also look at those topics in the future as we move on with the interaction with the listeners.
TUTFM 96.2, your ultimate dial. We invite your calls on 012-799-9257. The number is 012-799-9257. If you want to interact with me or interact with a Sipho Pro Dludlu in the studio, you can just call us in right now and state your comment and tell us what you think about the theme of today's slot, the one, you are the only limit to your own success. You are the only limit to your own success. Were you thinking of starting a business and you were discouraged by someone, you were discouraged by the competition in your own street, you were discouraged by these and that life issues, you can still feel free to call in on 012-799-9257. Usitshele ukuthi yini into loyizamile waqabanga ukuthi angeke iphumelele. You can get advices from the studio. 012-799-9257. Sipho Pro Dludlu is with us until we leave this building. I think it's very much important that people hear some of this motivation one day in a week, if not 3 times in a week. So we are still having Pro Dludlu in the studio, so you can feel free to call in. We just take a break. When we come back, we continue with our discussion.